All right, welcome to today's Zoom session. This is Rhaman speaking here from another location. I'm currently in Bali, Indonesia, enjoying the amazing weather, enjoying the nature, the beaches, the forest, the jungles, and enjoyed my birthday week. So I had been here for like half a month already, about 15 days, just enjoying my birthday, relaxing, working on some things with you guys and just rocking. So there's a few birthday messages over here. Thank you so much for that. I highly appreciate it. Today, the topic is very important. The topic is very important because there is a lot of momentum and movement happening inside of Minthub. For those of you that are new here, I want to catch you up on a few things. Minthub's pricing started at $0.005 per token. It's currently above $0.1. So it's gone up over 2,000% since its very beginning. At the same time now, the price for the pre-sale of Minthub, right? That's the private sale inside of the dashboard, is going to cut off once Minthub reaches $0.15. Once it reaches 15 cents a coin, it's going to go into the public launch. Now, I want to go ahead and share my screen in a moment. But what I wanted to discuss here is that what happens when it goes from $0.005 per token to $0.15 per token is that it's gone up 3,000%. Once it goes up to that mark, as soon as it goes up to that mark, there will be a public launch of Minthub. So Minthub is going to go on the DEX, decentralized exchange. And so the moment that happens and we're able to trade Minthub, we're able to buy it and sell it as we wish on the public market, anything you buy and sell during that public market is not going to add on to the passive income that we're all going to start generating 5 months after it launches publicly. So once it launches publicly, what will happen is 15 days after it's launched, the first 20% of our tokens get released to us. And then every 30 days from there, 20% of our token gets released. So it'll take 5 months for it to release. As soon as that last release happens, 30 days after that is going to be our first distribution of passive income. I'm going to receive it. I'm also buying Minthub just the same way as you guys are. You're going to receive it also. And so what will happen is the moment that Minthub reaches 15 cents a coin, which looks like it's going to happen very soon, the shares are going to be locked permanently. So if I've purchased 10 times the amount of Minthub tokens that you've purchased, later down the road, when the revenue gets distributed that Minthub are going to be generating, I'm going to be earning 10 times the shares that you're going to be earning. Or vice versa, if you end up investing or having 10 times the amount of Minthub tokens that I have, then you're going to be earning 10 times the revenue that I will from the passive income that's going to be generated. Now, the passive income, the way that it's going to be generated is by Minthub actually selling attention. Same way that Facebook sell attention, same way that YouTube sell attention, same way that Google sell attention. We are at an attention market right now. So if you're scrolling on Instagram or if you're scrolling on Facebook, you will see something called a sponsored post. And a sponsored post, what it really means is someone like me comes in and I want to advertise my business and I want to use Facebook's platform, for example, to advertise my business. And so I will pay Facebook because they have so many users on the platform. And I want to basically target a crypto demographic or a young demographic or people looking to do this or looking to buy this. And so I will actually input all of those details in. I pay Facebook. Facebook brings me my potential customers. So that's how Facebook works. That's how they make their revenue. And the reason I use Facebook as an example is because Peter Thiel invested into Facebook right at its beginning stage. He invested $500,000 and he became a billionaire selling the shares of Facebook later down the road. And so that's the moment that we're in right now with Minthub. It's fresh, it's new, it's not on the public market just yet. And so we are going to have a permanent share in Minthub's revenue later, even if once we receive our 20% of the tokens every single month, even if we decide to sell all of those tokens straight away, and we've sold all of our tokens that we've invested in during the private sale, our shares are still locked in on a permanent basis as a reward for getting in on the private sale. And so that's the beauty of the Minthub ecosystem, the infrastructure that they set up, is that even if we sell all of our tokens on the public market, once it gets released, then we still have our shares locked in for Minthub. But if we end up not buying any Minthub now and then buying it only when it goes public, we don't have any shares in Minthub's revenue later. Peter Thiel, the same way, is that he sold all of his shares. Now, all of the money that Facebook are making, he doesn't have any revenue from that. He doesn't receive any dividends from that. But in our case, we will always receive a dividends from the Minthub revenue on a permanent basis. And so if Minthub is climbing up and continues to climb up, continue to get more attention and then sells that attention, guess what? The more people that are using the Minthub platform, the more revenue they generate and the more gets distributed to all of us. So Minthub are going to be distributing half of the revenue that they're going to be generating into all of our pockets in Minthub tokens. And that's going to be directly into our Minthub portfolio. And so what will happen is, let's say you have your Minthub on your Trust Wallet, for example, right, on your phone. And you notice every single month there's more Minthub that is going in. It's because Minthub will basically lock the shares in as soon as it reaches 15 cents a coin. They will lock the shares in based on how many Minthub tokens you've purchased. And now, as soon as that 50% gets distributed, it's just a click of a button and everything gets distributed according to how many Minthub tokens you've purchased initially. And so that's why I'm pressing you guys on getting as many Minthub tokens as possible right now, is because not only is the price going up another 1,000% from the starting price, right? It's around 10 cents now. It's going to go up to 15 cents. But at the same time, once it launches, it should skyrocket from there if it's done correctly. And Minthub have done a lot of things correctly already. All of the things that are in place, the marketing that's in place, the strategy, the launch strategy that's in place, it's all set for a major, major success, especially since right now, things are at the altcoin season. So the altcoin season is starting to kick in. It'll be another month or two before it really starts to kick in. And it's in line with when Minthub are due to launch based on how fast things are going. So things are going at a really, really fast pace right now. I had a particular member ask me why the percentage is not going up faster. He said to me, I thought the momentum was going up. So how comes the price increases are similar to what they were before? Well, let me answer that. Because the price has been going up significantly already, right now, for the price to go from 0.1 to $0.15, it's going to take a lot more money going into Minthub to increase the price the same way. So the fact that the price increase percentage is similar to what it was before actually means that a lot more money is going into Minthub right now. So the momentum is actually accelerating. And because of this acceleration, the percentage increases are similar to what they used to be before. At the very beginning, when Minthub was at $0.005 per token, it took a lot less money to get it up twice the price, for example. Right now, it will take significantly more money to get that final stretch up. And so what I'm seeing right now, especially from the admin panel, from the dashboard, because the Minthub that's coming in, the Minthub sales that are coming in from Cryptonaire Network, I can see it from the admin panel, is that the momentum is actually picking up. There's a lot more money coming in. The commissions that I've been paying out are just going up and up. Every single day, I'm paying out more commission than I did the day before. So that's been going up significantly, and things are boosting up very well. Let me just mute all participants for now, because some people are accidentally unmuting themselves, or they have the setting where they're completely unmuted. So in that regard, Minthub is actually increasing in its momentum drastically, actually. I've been paying out hefty commissions every single day. So congratulations for everyone in regards to that, with the Cryptonaire Accelerator sales, with the secret membership sales, with the Minthub sales. You guys are absolutely crushing it. And I'm helping out as much as I can. I'm adding on more things into the dashboard, improving it, rebranding it, all of those things. So that's what's been going on with Minthub. That's why I've been pushing it very heavily. And I mentioned that this Zoom session is very important, is because some people were assuming that they can buy Minthub when it launches publicly and it will increase the shares for the Minthub revenue distribution later. That's not the case. You have to get as many Minthub tokens as possible before it reaches 15 cents a coin. And right now it's a little bit over 10 cents. I believe it's 11 cents. I'm just going to log in to check. So I'll just log into the account now and have a quick look. And if you log in now also, you will notice the price too. So I'm just logged in. It's at $0.1188 now. So it's almost 12 cents a coin, which is absolutely remarkable. What I'll do, and I've been doing this for a long time already, is people have asked me whether I'm investing into Minthub, and I'm always buying Minthub. Every single time that I tell you to buy Minthub, I'm buying it. So even though I've done a very heavy investment into it, right from its early starting point at the beginning price, I'm still constantly buying Minthub because I'm telling you to buy it. So I'm not going to tell you to do something that I personally am not doing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to make another purchase of Minthub. So let me know if you can see my screen right now. If you can, it should be fine. Let me know. Then I'm going to make a purchase of Minthub. So just waiting for the chat for that. Give me a yes or a thumbs up if you can see my screen. All right, you can see my screen. Perfect. So this is one of my accounts over here. I'm in Indonesia right now, in Bali. It seems like they have actually maybe banned Vimeo. So the video is not showing up over here. But in every other country, if you log in right now, it will show the video over here of me talking about the steps you need to take. So what you see over here, and this is just on this account. I don't want to show you the my big investment. I don't want to scare anybody off here, but I constantly invest on this account, for example. So I got $30,000 invested. My token portfolio is sitting at $292,000 already, which is absolutely amazing. And I constantly purchase Minthub. So if I click on buy Minthub right now, you will notice from the dates over here that I have constantly been purchasing more and more Minthub. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click withdraw, and I have this amount of available commission. I did not even enter my USDT address, because what I always do is I add it to available balance, and it's added successfully. And I now will go to Minthub, and I'll go to buy Minthub. And you can see over here that here is my available balance right now. I could have withdrawn it, could have enjoyed Bali some more, right? Could have purchased a nice business class, first class flight ticket to any country, or most countries in the world right now with it. But instead, I'm choosing to go ahead and purchase as many Minthub tokens as possible. And there we go. I've just spent $6,841 on buying more Minthub tokens. It's that simple. Now, how to purchase it in the first place is quite easy. You just click on deposit now. You've got these options over here to pick from. So if I pick Bitcoin, for example, and I just type $10,000, for example, I will click generate address. And I don't know why there is an error for that. So I'll get that fixed, or it could be just a one-off error. Let me try for Ethereum. There seems to be an error. Can some of you guys try it and see if there is an error? I'm going to sort this out right after this Zoom session. Okay, it seems to be fine for $1,000. But if I click 5,000, okay, it's fine. I think it was just the connection. So I'm just going to try again here. So for Bitcoin, there seems to be a max limit. So I'll get that fixed, because there should not be a max amount. But here we go. So this QR code over here, and this is the address over here, and I'll basically just put in $5,000. Now, if I put more or less in, it's still going to go through. If you have a look at the notes section here, because a lot of people have missed out this notes section, it says very clearly each QR code and wallet address, this is the wallet address, is for one transfer only. One transfer only. So what some people have done is that they've invested a small amount to test to see if it works. Let me just tell you, it works. There is no issues with anything I ever built. After you've tested it, what some people have done is that they use the same address and made the larger deposit, and then noticed that the deposit didn't show up. And so I have to actually manually sift through that. And I've added that into the AI support just for anyone who's made that error. But what you've got to do is, if you've used this and if you've made the deposit, you're just going to click generate address again. And as you can see, the number here is going to change, right? So the address has changed, the QR code has changed, and now it will work again. So every time you make a deposit, please come back to deposit now, and then click on generate address. And then it should work perfectly fine, as it always works fine. And so all of you guys, or a lot of you guys that are watching this, have, let me just unshare screen, have actually purchased multiple times, have purchased through multiple price points. Some of you are purchasing every single month with a small portion of your paycheck. Some of you are purchasing with the commissions that you've generated. And some of you are just purchasing every once in a while as you make money in whatever ventures you're making money from. And so that's what is happening right now. With Minthub, again, very, very important. As soon as it goes public, the moment it reaches 15 cents a coin, anything you buy after that, it's not going to add onto your shares for the revenue later. And what is that revenue later? How much is it going to be? Well, it obviously depends on the revenue coming in. But with businesses like this, I've seen it with my own eyes. Businesses like this always go up and up and up. And the reason is because, first of all, they are selling attention at a premium. And so maybe every click that they generate for the customer, they're going to charge a certain amount of money, and then they're going to provide half of that to everyone based on the Minthubs that you've purchased. And the other half, what are they going to do with it? What do you think they're going to do with it? They're going to advertise Minthub to bring more eyeballs in so that they can sell more attention. And so that's what Minthub are going to be doing. And so what we should be seeing, same way Facebook worked, same way YouTube worked, same way every single social platform in the world have worked, is that the attention going into the platform always goes up. The revenue is always going up, regardless of what's happening. And so, whatever happens to the price of Minthub, and I believe it's going to continue to skyrocket, and it's going to be at a really high, all-time high. Whatever happens to Minthub's pricing has absolutely nothing to do with the revenue that will come in, that we will all make, that we can all use as we wish. And so a pure example of this would be the .com burst, right? The early days when all of the internet companies were just blowing out of proportion and the stock market was going through the roof, there was a .com bubble, and the bubble was huge and the bubble burst. And so this happened with Amazon. I'm going to use Amazon because they are one of the largest companies in the world. And we all know Amazon. So what happened with Amazon was the .com bubble burst. Their stock market, the stock market for the stock price for Amazon went down like 98%. Like it went completely down, almost to zero. But sales of products in Amazon was going through the roof. The user base was going through the roof, and everything was going absolutely incredible. And so Jeff Bezos noticed this. He spoke about it actually. And what he mentioned was the .com bubble happened. You can Google this for yourself. The .com burst happened. Our stock went down like 98%. This was his words. And then from that point, when the shareholders and everyone was panicking, he said he went and had a look at the numbers. And he noticed something very peculiar, which is there were more and more people using Amazon. Revenue was going through the roof, was climbing at and just a completely unreal pace. And the stock price didn't reflect what was really going on, which was that his company was going through the roof. And so he wasn't worried at all. He knew exactly what would happen, and the stock price would go up and it would go above what it was at its all-time high at the time. And it did. And now Amazon is one of the largest companies in the world. Jeff Bezos continues to be, the world's richest man. And I think maybe he's third place now, whatever the case is. But he continues to, he's one of the richest men financially in the world today. So, and that's even after his divorce and half his money was taken away. I think half his money was taken away on a divorce, and he was still the richest man in the world for a time. And that was because of not really caring about what the stock price was. That being said, I do believe that Minthub's price, once it launches, is just going to continue to climb up for a very long time. But this was what I wanted to discuss with you, which was very, very important on today's Zoom session, is to get as many Minthub tokens as possible now before it reaches 15 cents a coin. It's super, super important you do that, because what it does is the passive income you generate later can be incredibly significant enough that it pays all your bills, that it pays for even an upgraded lifestyle on a permanent basis, just because you got in early. So that's something that's very, very important. Now, speaking of this mistake, because I shared my screen and I shared about the mistake, someone sent a direct message here and said, I made the same mistake and you promised to help me manually sort that out. And I will manually sort that out. I actually have everyone's details already, as well as your deposit details and what price point that you were trying to purchase Minthub at that time. And so I'm actually going to solve that before Minthub reaches 15 cents a token. So you don't have to worry about that. Everyone is on an Excel file. All the details are there. I'm going to do it all in one go. Otherwise, I'll be wasting a lot of time each day filtering through everyone who've made a mistake. So instead of doing that, what I'll do is before it reaches 15 cents a token, everyone who made that mistake where they made a double deposit on the same address, which very clearly I put a note section not to do that. All of you will receive that Minthub tokens based on the price that you've, the date of when you deposited, what price Minthub is. So that will all happen. Whether I do it for you now or I do it for you before it reaches 15 cents a token, it doesn't make a difference for you. But it will make a difference for me having to sift through that on a daily basis, right? So I'll do it all in one go, one sit down, and you'll be sorted out. And that was a message, direct private message that Verus just sent me right now. So that's what's happening with Minthub now. Who's purchasing Minthub after this Zoom call or purchasing some more Minthub after the Zoom call? Let me know. And if you have any questions also in regards to Minthub, just let me know and I'll be happy to answer. Beatrice asked a great question. Is there going to be ads before listing on PancakeSwap? So after listing, it can skyrocket. A lot of things are going to be happening. Namely, Minthub have a very large audience above and beyond just Cryptonaire Network. So they're going to be utilizing that audience. At the same time, on my side, obviously there is the entire Cryptonaire Network database. All of you guys, everyone inside of Cryptonaire Network that are going to be pushing and buying things when it launches. I'm going to be buying up Minthub at the very beginning also when it launches, because what usually happens as soon as a token launches is that everybody's buying in on it and the price shoots up. And so I'm going to be buying it right from the very beginning as soon as they launch. There is a very robust system in place for the launch. It's above and beyond just ads. With adverts, what happens is that you're reaching a cold audience and you're warming them up. And so what Minthub are doing instead is that they're reaching people who have very large audiences already, that they've already warmed up, and they're going to basically advertise Minthub's launch to those warm audiences. So as an example, let's say that I have spent in the past 10 years on my business. Let's say I spent $5 million on paid advertising. I have warmed up this audience. They know me very well. They're ready to buy anything I tell them to buy. They're ready to look into anything I tell them to look into. I've developed a 5-year-long relationship with them. Minthub comes along and says, hey, we will pay you to talk about Minthub. And so that's the level of advertising that Minthub have in place for when things launch. And that's the level of advertising Minthub have in place when the crypto news entertainment channel begins. So with advertising, there's a lot of ways to go about it. And this is one of the strategies, one of many things that Minthub are going to be doing in order to secure as big of a win as possible. Of course, also, Minthub are well connected. I'm also well connected. And people are well connected to large news stations, large news channels, mainstream media, all of those things, celebrity endorsements, many ways to go about it. And the strategy is it's quite deep to talk about. We'll be here for a very lengthy period of time. I'm a geek when it comes to advertising. I've had a look at exactly how they're going to be doing things, and it's very good. So in my opinion, not only will Minthub's price shoot up during the public launch, not only will it continue to go up regardless of the crypto market conditions, but at the same time, the business side of things will also skyrocket. It is a framework that's known to just increase. If we have a look at Telegram, the number of users continue to increase. And of course, with the number of users increasing, there's more attention in Telegram. And so they can sell that attention in the form of advertising. And then Telegram shoot up in revenue on a month-to-month basis. Every single company that I've seen, every single infrastructure that's based around having an audience, keeping that audience in through the form of entertainment, through the form of education, through the form of a search engine like Google are, through the form of something free, more attention goes in, more attention gets sold, revenue goes up. Part of that revenue brings in more of an audience, more attention can be sold. More attention gets sold, more gets distributed to the shareholders, which is going to be us. And the remaining money, more gets put into advertising. And it basically is a snowball that continues to go up. But it's a snowball that is going to make me a heck of a lot of money because I'm buying Minthub in its private sale. It's going to make a lot of you guys incredible income also because you've purchased in the private sale. But you've got to purchase as much as possible now. Why? Because the price continues to go up. So your same spending power is going to get you less Minthub every time the price goes up. And at the same time, that spending power will mean so much less if you just buy it on the open market once it lists on a decentralized exchange, because that's when it launches publicly. So you've got to do it now. You've got to go in big now during the private sale. And the price continues to go up, which means that for the same amount of money, you have less shares of Minthub later. And that will begin to add up, especially when Minthub starts to climb in revenue. You'll start to notice the effects as opposed to someone who spent the same amount of money earlier on. So the sooner you go in, the bigger you go in, the significantly higher your passive income is going to be later. So someone who got in at the very, very beginning might end up having $15,000 a month in passive income, but someone who got in with the same amount of money as it touched 15 cents, maybe is making $1,000 a month in passive income. So it's such a grand difference that it can be. And I can't quite wrap the numbers in my head. It's difficult to tell you because everyone's buying at different prices and at different times. So it's impossible. But I will tell you that the longer Minthub go on for, the bigger the difference will be in the passive income you could have made if you invested today as opposed to tomorrow. So make sure you get as big of an issue, as big of a Minthub portfolio as possible, because you don't want the issue of earning much less than you could have just because you were trying to dabble into Minthub and then you notice later what the results were. Because what I feel like is going to happen, what I can sense happening through a lot of experience dealing with many people over the past 10 years, 12 years in this kind of business, is you'll see the revenue coming in every month. And every month that you receive that money, you're going to be saying to yourself, why didn't I get more during the private sale? I could have made twice this amount. I could have been on 10 times this amount if I had taken larger action. And so I don't want you to feel that regret. It'll still be great that you're receiving money every single month, but I don't want you every single month when you're receiving that Minthub shares, I don't want you to be thinking to yourself, if only I took larger action today. That's why I'm continuing to buy more and more Minthub tokens. Every bit of commission that I've earned from through Minthub, all of it's gone back into purchasing Minthub. Every single dollar has gone into purchasing Minthub. Some of you maybe cannot afford to do that. You'll earn some great commission and you'll spend some on your expenses, on things you need to handle, and then maybe the rest you will add it to your available balance and then end up purchasing Minthub. But I've noticed, and you guys are doing a great job, that most of you are actually reinvesting a large portion of your commissions back into Minthub. So that's great. Even so, I've been paying out more and more commission on a daily basis. It just goes to show the excitement and the buildup of Minthub is really, really doing great. Beatrice asked the question, and then Walter answered it perfectly by saying the white paper has got some clues. So all of the details is in the white paper for Minthub, and you should have a look at the white paper there. But this is what I wanted to discuss on this particular Zoom session here. I'm going to cut the recording, but I'm going to stay on. For those of you that have been here live, good stuff. We're going to be talking a little bit deeper on some things outside of the recording. So I'm just going to click finish recording right now. And before I do that, I want to let everybody know, those of you that are going to be watching the replay later, you have to buy as many Minthub tokens as possible for the reasons I've just stated. Just in a quick nutshell, the difference in passive income that you'll make later will be significant depending on whether you take action today or tomorrow. It will be significant depending on how many Minthub tokens you purchase also. And this is the reason why I've been emphasizing that you've got to go in big and you've got to go in now, because every time the Minthub price goes up, that same spending power you have will give you less Minthub tokens, which will give you less passive income later down the road. So that's why you've got to go in big and fast. That's the importance of it. Do it right now.